hairpin and what's going on there? That's Berger. That's not right.
He's lost it to wheels.
I've never seen that before in my life.
The wheels dropped out of the back of the supersonic Ducati, and the poor Frenchman's dropped on the floor.
I don't think that broke. I think that's come off. Yes. That's a single-sided swing arm, and I think the nuts come off. Normally they've got a big R clip that fits through that prevents that, but I've never seen that before in my life.
Again, it's Ryan Hunter-Reay, the race leader. He chose the outside lane. Oriol Servia trying to pick up his first win for Newman Haas Racing. Oh, and a spin all the way in the start. We've got cars going everywhere. And it includes Will Power. Danica Patrick spins. And you see Michael Andretti, he was complaining at the beginning of this and there's damage to Danica's car.
Moist track's probably just a little bit. That mist comes down. It doesn't take much with these slicks, Marty. Hers is the first car that starts to come around, which starts the change reaction. Obviously, Brian Barnhart, the chief steward, needs to make the decisions the best that he can, but you can see a little bit of moisture on the lens here. Not sure if that's from before. She just touched the throttle, Marty, and the back end came around.
On board with Briscoe. Him getting out of the car. Here's a replay of that as he is just beside himself.
It's frustrating. You know, he's not had the season that he wanted to. He's been so dominant at so many racetracks, had some bad luck, some bad calls. Situation at Mid-Ohio, just with an unfortunate scenario of being the wrong place at the wrong time with the yellow.
He was at 47 points the way it was, and now it's 57 points based on where he is right now.
Still changing the wheels. It's still a long process with just the two guys to do this work, but it's all happening now. Which is it going to be? The Nissan spins up, it wheels, gets going. The Ford gets going at the same time. They almost collide.
Collision in the pit lane.
My goodness, did they hit? Well, they're still rubbing. They're still rubbing as they come down the pit lane on their speed limiters. Look at this.
Well,
this is crazy.
The stewards are going to do something about that. While you release a car and how the car coming down the pit lane has to respond to that release car, that's going to be under review without hesitation, question, or whatever. And, you know.
Yeah. I don't think I've heard a soul say a word about tires.
And that's a beautiful thing.
It is. It really is. I know. Oh, what's this all about? Man, he's got something.
Whoa, trouble for Hamlin.
The right front tire is headed toward the infield, right where he is.
What in the world?
Looks like the steering locked to the left, all the way to the left.
Car owner Joe Gibbs looking on and looking for the replay.
And looking rather worried as well.
Now let's watch this. Now Hamlin's getting away from the grass. Now he's still on the clock. And he pulls away as a crewman looks attentively underneath the car.
Now, didn't they change the engine in this car, Larry?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they were going to have to start the race at the back of the dual races on Thursday.
When he was flying through the air, and it was fairly minor in a way that it sort of began to unfold. He heads into that turn 7 and 8. He's already run wide, look, on the way in. And he just keeps his foot hard in it and flies. I mean, he wasn't to know, to be fair, that it was quite that rough there. But look, his steering column has broken. So great is the energy that came through the system. He's not going to be able to take that off up the on the collar because it's just off completely. And that is a rally car style jump through the air. It's a wonder the suspension didn't collapse as well. You can be sure that all of the design checks that Renault did with that did not cater for an energy loading of that magnitude and in that direction.
Long underwear for sure.
18 inches of ice is what I heard. That means it's really cold. They've got to blow the racetrack off, and it looks like we've got a blown jet.
That didn't look very good either.
Yeah, that didn't look good at all. We've got a fire underneath the jet dryer, so they're going to have to get that off of the racetrack.
That might be worse than the brake rotors that are left on the racetrack right now. So see if we can get it to the low groove and off the racetrack.
Tough situation for Jamie McMurray. He'll have to go to a backup.
Just see how they're floating it nicely through that kink, and this is where they've really got.
No, you spoke far too early. Elsgood will not
can he
stop,
pull it up?
Stop. That's a big one. Elsgood goes way off the road.
My goodness, that was nearly some serious T-bone work there.
You know when you talk too soon?
Look at Courtney, he can't believe what he's witnessing.
Ryan and Elsgood side by side through the chase, and this is why it doesn't work.
That doesn't get any closer. That was a hair's breadth.
Have a look at this again from front on. Elsgood sweeps wide. They made it through the first bit. The second bit was the problem.
It was a big lunge up the inside in the kink. And gee, that is a coat of paint. That was the only thing separating those two cars.
And going in backwards is probably the best way to go. You don't want to go in sideways.
Jack saw it coming in the kink. Look at the speed difference. He washed nothing off, and that's how much rain we've had over the last couple of days. If you touch a bit of the green stuff around here, you got no chance of slowing the car down whatsoever.
This is on board with Jack. Let's let this tell the story.
Oh, he realised that the guy on the inside had run out of room, but it left him nowhere to go.
All right, guys, he crashed off a 2 here.
Alex Kennedy into the wall as the 23 has heavy damage on the right front and right rear.
You can see as you come off the corner, a lot of times you're able to catch this and maybe not hit anything, but he catches the outside wall, and then that banking carries you all the way down to the inside where you slam that and really tear your race car up.
No! What happened to Kevin Swindell?
Holy cow.
Good Lord. That is the 23, and what happened here?
Must have pulled up in front of him. Oh, wow.
Man.
Oh. What a bad break for Swindell there.